Hi everybody, this is Alan from Reaching For. This video is for learning and development professionals, for people that are building skills engines for their company, skills engines that are driving their learning programs and initiatives, driving the growth of the company through the development of people. This video is for you. It's for those learning and development professionals who are pulling together all those stakeholders from across the company into these meetings. They're sharing the spreadsheet. They're going through all the skills roll by roll by roll to determine what are the most important skills. What are the skills that we should really focus on to drive our company's future growth? It can be a tedious process. It can be like pulling teeth. You know, when you come out of these sessions, your head is kind of spinning. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of determination. It's like herding cats. And it often can take weeks, months, maybe even years to pull all this together. And then you've got to maintain it all. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do this anymore because AI does it all for you. It means that you don't need to continue to renew those Workday career and skills licenses. You don't need to buy those expensive Microsoft licenses. You don't need to renew those human capital management system career skills module licenses. You don't need to continue investing in your skills engine. You don't need to continue to renew your learning management system licenses, contracts. You don't need any of that because AI does it all. And who am I to make such an audacious claim? I'm Alan Dowsell from Reaching For. What do I know? Well, I get skills because I built the skills database for Microsoft that has become the basis for the skills implementation into LinkedIn Learning. I built the skills database for Microsoft that has become the basis for the skills modules in Microsoft Viva Learning. I have the receipts, I have the invoices of the work that I did. So I get skills, I understand skills. But I also understand AI and I understand the power of AI. And I'm telling you, AI can do it all. So as a learning and development professional, you can either lead with AI or lose. That's my message to you today, lead or lose. Because if you're not leading with AI, someone else is going to come along, they're going to take your spot, one of your competitors, and they're going to be able to lead with AI. And they'll be able to capitalize on some of the amazing things that AI can do, the power of AI, do some things that you just won't be able to do. They'll get market advantages that you won't get because they'll be leveraging AI. All right, let me show you, right? Seeing is believing, seeing is believing. Let me show you some of the things that AI can do that's going to revolutionize the role of learning and development professionals. I'm going to share my screen here. What I'm going to show you is our fully featured Career Skills Academy application, fully featured SaaS app that sits on top of ChatGPT. Let me explain that in a little bit more detail. There's 3 layers to our app. There's ChatGPT, the AI layer. Then there's what I call the middle layer. And the middle layer is made up of our unique prompts that we've coded that take data from ChatGPT and move that data up into our application. Our application is broken out into 3 boards: our career board, our skills board, and our academy board. And these boards are like Kanban style boards. They're highly visual for users. They enable users to see things so they can make smarter choices about careers, for example, smarter choices about skills to develop, smarter choices about academy courses to take. And the power here is from AI, because AI is the glue that knits everything together, it connects everything together. It breaks through the career skills divide. It breaks through the skills academy divide. It breaks through. It does things that we've never been able to do before. And I'm going to show you some of these things it does. So here's our career board. Our career board is broken down into our career playground on the right-hand side and our career pathway on the left-hand side. And career playgrounds are generated by AI. AI is generating a career playground, which is made up of all of the roles in your company. AI knows the roles in your company from the company name and your company type, and it generates all of the roles in your company it creates something called a career playground. And career playgrounds are great because they enable employees to look across the playground of roles and start to make, choices about potential career moves that are going to interest them. These are employees who are not climbing ladders anymore. These are for employees who want to piece together their best careers, take more control of their careers. This is what a career playground is all about, helping these types of employees to really to enable them to take charge of their own careers. How does it work? It works like this. So what I can do is I can say, okay, looking across these career choices here, I know that my current role is data analyst. And I know here in the most popular category, look, right at the top of the most popular category list here is DevOps engineer. That's a role that really interests me. So I'm going to drag and drop that across onto my career pathway here. And if I just go across to the technical roles, I know that AI engineer is also a role that really interests me. So I'm going to move that role across. And by the way, when I was just looking at those technical roles, look, AI research scientist is a role that really interests me as well, because ultimately, the role for me that's going to be reaching new heights in my career is that of becoming a data scientist. So I'm going to move data scientist up into the reaching new heights portion of my career pathway. And you see now that I've been able to create my own career pathway from the career playground of choices of roles that are, from across my company. Now, this is just the beginning, because what fits behind each one of these roles, let's double click on data scientist, for example, are all the skills associated with the roles. Because not only does the AI generate the playground of roles, but it also generates all of the skills associated with each of the roles. Obviously, you can add skills, you can search new soft skills if you want to, and add those to the skills profile here for each of the roles. But AI is generating your skills engine for you, based on the roles that it created as part of the playground, it generated for your company. AI is doing it all. It's doing all the work here. And the beauty of this is that now I can move from career board to skills board, and I can take these roles with me. I'm going to say I'm going to choose AI engineer, and I'm going to choose data scientist. So I'm going to take these roles that form part of my pathway. I'm going to move them onto my skills board. And you see my career pathway now appears at the top of my skills board. And for each one of these roles, the AI has also moved all the skills across onto my skills board. And not only has it done that, but it's also guiding me towards the skills that are going to have the biggest impact in my role, because the skills at the top of each one of these categories here are the skills that are going to have the biggest impact. So it's acting like a co-pilot. It's guiding me to say, hey, focus on these skills, because these are the most important skills in role. And I can do that, and I can do that for each one of the roles along my pathway: AI engineer, data scientist. So I can now start to focus on skills that have the highest impact, not only in my current role, but across my entire pathway. So what I can do is I can now move these skills over, look, into my priorities column. Look, move data storytelling across into my priorities column, and look at the power of AI now. Because I can go to each one of these skills and go onto these tiles. I'm going to choose, look, the icon, click on the icon called resources for the data storytelling skill, and look what happens. AI goes out and it builds for me my own personalized learning management system of the best courses, the best TED Talks, the best articles, the best masterclasses. It builds that personalized learning management system for me, and it does it uniquely for me, and it perfectly aligns it to the skills that I'm prioritizing. In this case, it's data storytelling. And when I click on any one of these particular resources here, for example, let's say data storytelling course here at Udemy, I get straight into the course. And the course is completely and utterly aligned with that skill. Look, it's not just a skill of storytelling, it's the skill of data storytelling. So it perfectly aligns resources to the skills that I am prioritizing. And here's the aha moment here. Because what you're seeing here is the power of AI. AI does it all. It creates the playground. It allows you to create your career pathway. It allows you then to move, your career pathway roles onto your skills board. All the skills move with it. It allows you to prioritize those skills based upon kind of guiding you towards the skills that are going to have the biggest impact. And then it creates your own personalized learning management system, library of great courses, great articles, great TED Talks, great masterclasses, aligned perfectly to those skills that you have prioritized. AI does it all. Does it all. So this is why AI is going to revolutionize the work that learning and development professionals do. You know, what's the reason why we do all of this? What's the reason why we do all this? Because we know that, you know, employees are employees that see that their companies are investing in their careers and investing in them, learning and growing, their learn and growth, are 3 times more likely to stay with the company, 3 times more likely to stay with the company, and are 2.8 times more likely to become top performers in the company. That's why we do this work. All right. My email address is aland@reaching4.com. aland@reaching4.com. If you have any more questions or you want to, you know, dive into more details associated with our application here, please reach out to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.